I've been writing today about the socially responsible business, trying to understand why an organisation may want to go beyond its pure legal obligations to build a reputation as being socially responsible. And it was prompted by reading about tax, about how some businesses are based at headquarters in a certain country and pay taxes there and minimise their tax burden in some of the other areas that they trade in. And a sort of widening conversation about whether this is an ethical stance to take. Should companies pay tax where they're actually trading? And it made me think about the wider social contract between organisations and individuals, and indeed between organisations and customers, and understanding where they need to move beyond a legal responsibility into the socially responsible thing to do. So, for example, in certain countries, legislation is different around maternity and paternity rights. And should we take the stance that the time should be split, that either the mother or the father can take the time out of that so-called maternity leave to look after a child, or should it always be the mother? So we can operate within the law and say that fathers can't take time off. But should a socially responsible business be one that says, well, we're going to move ahead of the law, we're going to say the right thing is to split that time equally between both parents and let the families make the decision? So I think it's important that organisations think about their social responsibility, because in the social age, the very nature of the relationship they have between themselves, between employees and customers is different. So it's a reputation built over time and a brand value that's owned by the community. So whilst organisations used to own their own brand, the value in it is now created much more by the organisations, by their competitors, by their social communities, by their audience. They're the people that are talking about it. So if we're having a conversation about Nike on Facebook, we're creating part of that brand value. So socially responsible businesses are ones that are engaged with their community. They're ones that look to satisfy an ethical stance. They look to be responsible beyond their legal imperative to be so. So they're looking to do the right thing. If they do that, they'll be magnetic to talent. It impacts on learning, because a socially responsible business will be one that works with people to develop them long term, to give them space to develop long term skills, even though our engagement with a particular business may be short term. So older style businesses may simply react to the immediate needs of change, the immediate needs of a project, whilst a responsible one will be willing to be part of that wider conversation that says we recognise that people will not be with us, working with us for life now. They'll come and they'll go, but we're going to allow some space and time to develop that broader skill set. My name's Julian Stodd. Thanks for listening.